Hi everybody, welcome back to class. Happy first day of summer if you are watching this on Sunday. And we are going to go ahead and get started with week number 2 of our summer lessons today. Last week, if you remember, we learned about loins of truth. This week we're going to be continuing to learn about armor of God. But this week is the breastplate of righteousness is what we'll be learning about. This might be the last video that you see me in for a few weeks here because I am supposed to have a baby any day now. So next time I see you guys, it will be with another new baby. So that's exciting. In the meantime, Mrs. Boyd hopefully will be able to do the videos for a couple of weeks. And if not, what you can do is just follow along with your lessons that you have in that little binder that you got. So you can continue doing the lessons and of course keep up with us that way. All right, if you have any questions, let me know though. All right, so week number 2, talking about breastplate of righteousness. I hope that you go through and read the verses that are in the beginning there of the lesson, because that'll help you to stay on track with what we're learning about the week, for the week. All right, I'm going to read the 2 verses that we have for this week, which is Ephesians chapter 6, and that's verses 13 and 14. So follow along if you have your paper or your Bible there. All right, verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. So that's what we're learning about today. So breastplate is the piece of armor that soldiers use to cover up their chest. Now, almost all armor is going to include something to cover your chest. The reason for that is what's in your chest? Your heart, right? If your heart is not working, you're not working. You've got big problems if you get hit or attacked in your heart, right? What is righteousness? So it's a protection. And what's the breastplate of righteousness though? Righteousness is one of those words that might sound long and complicated, but it's so easy because all you have to do is look at the word and you see in there righteousness. It's doing what's right. So sometimes it's difficult to tell what's right and wrong, but guess what? Most of the time, almost always, we know right away what's right and what's wrong for us to do. Now, sometimes when we don't know what's right and what's wrong, we can always look to the Bible and find that answer. But almost always, we know in our hearts what the right choice and the wrong choice is. Now, the reason why the breastplate of righteousness is so important is because it's the armor that's protecting your heart. Now, of course, we're talking about spiritual armor, not actual physical armor. It's not something that we're putting on each day. We're not soldiers going out wearing armor, going out whenever we go outside, right? That's not the case here. We're talking about spiritual armor. We're talking about protection that we put on to protect us from Satan's attacks. Satan will try to attack your heart so much. And guess what? People who make big mistakes with their lives, a lot of times those big mistakes start off as little mistakes, just not keeping their heart right. So for example, if you start off by telling little lies, you might think that's not such a big deal, right? Well, here's the problem. When you tell little lies, you know what's going to happen? You're going to start telling bigger lies and then bigger lies. And guess what? Soon you'll find that you have trouble not lying. Lying is what will be just normal to you. Telling the truth is going to be difficult. We don't want to get to that spot. We don't want to get to that point where we just become a liar just by nature, where we're just not even thinking about it and telling lies all the time. Same with any other sin, like stealing, cheating, being unkind, being mean to other people. Those things are all problems that start off really small, right? And we might think, oh, it's no big deal because it's just a little bit of stealing or just a little bit of being mean to other people. But it doesn't stay that way, right? Once you let sin come into your heart, it's going to grow and get worse and worse, and you're going to let more and more sin in. So we know that for a soldier, if he's going to go out into battle, if he doesn't protect his heart, all it takes is one weapon to get to his heart, and he's done. He can't fight anymore. He might not even be able to survive. So for us, with our spiritual armor, and when we think about how important it is for us to do what's right, we need to protect our hearts, because if our hearts get attacked by Satan, we're not going to be able to do what's right, right? So we need to protect our hearts by doing what is right. So do what's right first, and that's going to be the protection that your heart needs. Now, if you have any questions on your lesson, let me know, but I think all of you are going to do an excellent job with this week's lesson and activity. So your activity for this week is a spot the difference. You guys are so good at these. A lot of times you figure out the answers to these spot the differences before I do, or before Mrs. Boyd does when we're in class together. So I expect you all to do a fantastic job on this spot the difference. There's 11 things that are different between these two pictures, so try to figure it out. I think you all can do it. If you have any trouble though, your parents do have an answer key at the very back of your binder. Don't peek, don't cheat, but if your parents need to look to give you some help, then that's where they can find it. Okay, I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a fantastic summer, as today's the first day kicking it off here, and I hope that you have a great Sunday. I love you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.